He is shocking everyone as the Boston Celtics center, Neemias Queta, has constantly gotten better and better as the season has gone on, and he has risen to the occasion as he has gone out there waiting for his opportunity for years to finally be the starting center of a team, and he is seizing the opportunity in a massive way for this Boston Celtics team. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. I am your host, Patrick Billings, and before we get into anything, guys, if you're loving the content that we're doing here on Celtics Digest, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button as well if you love Neemias Queta and what he's doing for us this season, because I have no idea what this Boston Celtics team would look like if Neemias Queta was not a part of it. And maybe a lot of you guys were surprised with how well that he's been playing, but he has been waiting for his opportunity for years. And for the last couple of years, sitting behind Kristaps Porzingis and Luke Kornet, waiting for his opportunity to come. You see him get into games when guys are in foul trouble and really getting sporadic minutes all over the place, some garbage time minutes. But here he is, starting 9 of 9 games for the Boston Celtics. And without Neemias Queta, I really have no idea where this team would be right now at this moment, because they have a lot of great guards, as we know. But when it comes to the center position, there isn't a lot of guys on that roster that are even playing to Neemias Queta's level right now. And without him, the Celtics wouldn't be anything. I know we got our Jaylen Browns. Derrick White isn't playing too well, but Neemias Queta has definitely been the rising star of this Boston Celtics team. So without further ado, let's get into this video, starting with some of his stats, looking at his career stats, because of course we want to see how well he's been playing. I know it's a small sample size with it just being 9 games, but let's just look at the difference here between this year and last year. So he already started the 9 games, which is of course the most in his career, last year being 6, and the years prior to that hasn't started a single game. But we are loving what we're seeing, especially with career numbers, with minutes played almost doubling that number. Go to the field goal percentage, over 70%. His free throw percentage, of course, small sample size as of right now, but the rebounding has been the biggest thing that has changed for not only him, but for this team when it comes to success. Going from 3.8 rebounds per game to 8.1 rebounds per game. And even that, not only the defensive rebounding, it's the offensive rebounding that has been helping this team, because they've been letting up a ton of offensive rebounds and second chance points. But when he's on the court, seemingly that number is minimalized because of how well he rebounds the ball. We move over, of course, to the right side with the assists. Small sample size for a big, but we look at those stocks, averaging 2 stocks a game with the 1.3 blocks per game and the 0.9 steals per game. Getting a little bit handsy, of course, with the fouls, but that comes with more minutes played. But this team has been one of the worst when it comes to discrepancy and differential with free throws attempted. So this team has been fouling a lot this season, so it's not much of a surprise. But again, we finish off with the 9.1 points per game as he's racked up a couple of double-doubles already this season. And as he keeps on playing, I think he's going to get closer and closer to that double-double average. So let's not get too surprised here. We saw what he was doing with Portugal in Eurobasket, absolutely destroying it. So this start to the season should not be a surprise to many of you. But if you weren't able to see him play with Portugal, well, you're in for a very, very good surprise, because he has just been absolutely unbelievable. As we look here at his efficiency as well on the offensive, defensive side when he's on the court, we look at him 198 minutes that he is on the court. The Celtics on the offensive end, 8-point differential when he's off the court negatively. And then on the defensive end of things, the Celtics are even worse with him off the court. So this is just telling of just his presence of being on the court changes everything that this team does, because he is what I like to say, an old school big. We don't really see him drifting out and taking a lot of jump shots. We did see him take a 3 or 2 this season already. He was wide open for one of them. Hey, you're going to see him or not. He's confident in it. That's totally fine with me if he's wide open, end of the shot clock. We're going to see one go up. That's fine. But just his low post presence, he's finally getting into the groove with playing these consistent minutes. He has some great touchdown low. And as he plays even more, he's going to be even more confident in him, as much as his teammates are confident in him already. And we saw on the radio, as well as a couple of our guys were talking about it with Mazzulla as well, being so hard on Neemias Queta. We saw at the timeout in the beginning of the game, him kind of getting at him a little bit, but then after the fact, daps him up, smiles, and just really pushing him because he knows that he can take it. As he says here, that Mazzulla has been hard on him since the day he arrived in Boston as a two-way player, waived by the Kings, of course, for JaVale McGee. But the discipline isn't because he's disappointed him. It's because he believes in him and sees Queta's potential and holds him to the highest standard he believes Queta is capable of reaching. And of course, now that he's getting his shot as the starting center, he hasn't let his coach down, with Wednesday night's strong showing serving as the latest affirmation. Get into a little bit more here, talking about that game against the Wizards, starting with some season highs here across the board with 15 points and a perfect 7 for 7 shooting. I mean, you can't get that any better than that. This guy is doing great down low, being able to be one of the best screeners in the league in that top 15, just being able to be that big body and stop these guards, give Payton, Pritchard, and a couple of these guys some opportunities to draw a double team and get an easy lob, as we've seen so many times already this season. And of course, along with the 12 rebounds and 5 assists, becoming the first player in Celtics history to record at least 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting without a miss. That is surprising with the history that this Boston Celtics team has had over our historic years as a franchise. And of course, the performance marked his 4th career double-double and the 2nd of the season, en route to a plus 24 in just 23 minutes, adding a steal and a block. If any of this already isn't convincing you about how well Neemias Queta has been playing, I can keep on going. So let's talk about just some of his stuff, as well as there's been some things overall with the Celtics, but they've been pleased with him averaging that 9.1, as we talked about, on the great shooting, the rebounding, the assists, the blocks, everything that he's provided for this team on the floor. But again, with him on the floor, the Celtics are outscoring opponents by 75 points, which is the best on the team. Not Jaylen Brown, not Payton Pritchard, none of these other guys. It's Neemias Queta, and his plus 75, like I said, is 2nd in the Eastern Conference and 7th in the NBA. And you go down the line with all these different players in the league, these superstars, these stars, all-stars, all these different guys. Neemias Queta is on the list right there with him, and his 19.3 net rating leads the Celtics, of course, among players who appeared in at least 6 games, and ranks 2nd in the NBA among players with 6 games, averaging 20-plus minutes per contest. It's a lot of stats I'm throwing at you guys. We got a little bit more right here with a quote from Payton Pritchard, someone who everybody loves, and if he's telling us this, I think everyone's going to believe it as well. He has a lot of potential to be great. Said we need him. We need him. His presence down low, his rebounding, the shot blocking. Obviously, he shows flashes of doing things offensively that could really do great for us. He's a young player still. He's still growing, and we're going to hold him to a high standard. And you definitely love to hear that from our guy Payton Pritchard, because that is his center. That's the guy that he is going to be working off of on those screens, having that really speedy guard with a real big body big. That's going to work really, really well down the line for the Celtics. And if there's one thing with this Boston Celtics team this season that's going to be the light of everything, it's going to be that screen and roll with Neemias Queta and him constantly getting these minutes to get even better and better as the days go by. And guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I dropped a lot of stats on you on Neemias Queta, but this guy has been absolutely incredible and been honestly a steal for the Boston Celtics, and hopefully he's here to stick around and get better even more as the years go by. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button and comment what you guys think down below about Neemias Queta. He's been truly incredible and probably the most important player on this Celtics roster this season, even with Jaylen Brown being on the roster. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's go Boston Celtics. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.